Hello, video. Welcome back to the channel. I got my friend JR here from JRC, and we did an interview with him about, how long ago was it?
I think months already.
Many months ago, and he owns his own company called JRC, and they help you with visas and all kinds of things. I got my 13A visa from him, and just a great company. It's very easy to find because it's right close to immigration downtown. So,
Yeah, correct.
So thank you so much for joining me again. So what's going on?
Yeah, Mark, thank you for having me here in your channel, and it's our pleasure and privilege to be here. We just wanted to talk about the retirement visa.
Okay.
The retirement visa, which actually gives a good leverage for those Americans who have served the U.S. military, the veterans,
Right.
shall we say.
There's a lot of them here.
Yes, because it gives me an enlightenment when I talked to an American few days ago, and that American actually on the retirement visa, although he is not on the military visa, military category. There is actually, he met friends on that day, and we bump into, and there's someone, an American also, who has been a veteran, and they're not aware of that visa. Now, the retirement visa is actually a special visa in the Philippines that will actually give them a permanent residency here. That status in itself being way better than the tourist visa, along with other visa options in the Philippines. However, the context is, it is a good leverage on that, especially on the financial requirement. One financial requirement will be a visa deposit. The visa deposit for the classic without pension is actually around 20 grand, 20,000 US. So that is a visa deposit or a bond that will stay there up until you have the visa. When you cancel the visa, the Philippine Retirement Authority, which is the office that is being tasked to do that, will actually return back the 20 grand.
I heard somewhere that you can use that money to buy a condominium or something. Is that true? Or it's got to stay in the bank?
Relatively true, but we can actually have the appropriate word for that. They can withdraw the money. Then after 30 days, that will be granted to the visa. So they need to put in the money first, then we'll be able to withdraw that 30 days after they are granted with a visa.
Oh, that's good. So it's not locked up forever. You haven't
Yeah.
thrown your 20,000 away.
Yeah.
That's good. I didn't understand that.
Yeah,
That's
because
not bad at all.
Yeah, the context right now is for the withdrawal process, it will commence once they have the visa. So once during the application of the retirement visa, they are required to put in the 20 grand as forming part one of the major requirements. And then they will be issued with the certificate from the bank that they have that visa they have that amount as a deposit of that particular retirement visa. Now, let's go further on the withdrawal. The withdrawal can only be on two options. One is a purchase of a condominium unit ready for occupancy. It has the title, tax declaration, and the sales contract, which is forming part to be your ownership documents of that condominium.
Okay.
The condominium should be at least 50,000 US. Now, the second option is long-term lease. Minimum of a certain number of years, approximately around 25 years, and equivalent also of at least 50,000 US for the accumulated rent of that lease term. Most of our clients, we experience is actually they purchase a condominium unit and then they actually go back to the office 30 days after and with the intention that, hey, JR, I would like to withdraw the visa deposit of 20,000 US. However, we should actually take note that there is actually a certain procedure for that. And I would like to really point that out today so that you can your subscribers will know well what is really the context of that withdrawal process. Now, in effect, before the retirement office give you back the 20,000 US dollars, they will put a lien or encumbrances here on your title of that particular property that states, and I quote, that the sale, the mortgage of this property shall be subject to the approval of the retirement office.
Okay.
So, in a way, there's a restriction already. They will not actually get the title of that particular property, but they will be getting, or they will be annotating a lien on that property. So there's a restriction already.
But if you just put the 20,000 in there and do it that way, that money's in the bank forever. You never get it back, right?
it will,
unless you die or you're going to leave the country or something, right?
and if you actually intend to cancel the visa.
So you cancel the visa. Is it getting an interest or anything?
The interest, because it stays in a bank, very minimal.
Yeah.
And forget about it.
So no interest. Okay.
It's very minimal. You cannot actually like rely on it. It's like less than 0.10 or
Yeah.
even less.
So you're tying up 20,000.
Yes.
So let's just say that was me, and I'm thinking about, say I'm married, but let's say I decided, well, instead of putting down the 20,000, why don't I just like keep renewing my tourist visa forever? I know guys that have been here for 17 years
Yeah.
on a tourist visa.
Yeah, that could be also an option. However, we would just like to give your subscribers right now, or you yourself, if you have that leverage later on, especially for that category of the retirement visa. Because what we're talking about right now is more on the financial requirement, which is the visa deposit. And that particular money is subject to the, it will be case-to-case basis then on how that particular applicant will actually deal with that. Because there are other people, hey JR, I want to get that because that's a dead money, in which I totally respect, because they want to make use out of that money. And there are also people who would actually see that as a forced savings, meaning at the end of the day, they know that they have set aside 20 grand.
Yeah, but they're not getting any interest for it or anything, or investment, or yeah.
Sure. So it differs right now on the context of that particular person, how he would like to use that money.
Now, is there any fees per year on this visa?
Yes, there is.
How much is that?
That's 360 USD per year.
So you're still paying $300 a year.
Yeah, $360.
So, you know, that's almost about the same as it'd be for a tourist visa, right?
Correct. Now we're getting to the exciting part now.
Yeah. What's the exciting part? Because to me, I don't see the benefit.
Yeah, because right now, like for example, 50 years old and above, we're talking more on the qualification or the requirement of the financial side. Now, if a certain retiree applicant can actually submit or provide a proof of pension, it's either from the Social Security or any private pension, the 20 grand will be lowering down to 10 grand.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the annual fee is also there, 360, same thing. So it's the classic category, extended it to without pension and with pension. Now, for those actually Americans who have served the U.S. military or veterans, once they can actually provide a DD-214, a proof of pension of at least $1,000 and a proof of no criminal record, that particular requirement will go all the way down from 2010 to 1500.
Wow.
That's a deposit.
Yeah, that's a big change.
Yeah.
Now you say no criminal record, like what if they got like a DUI or they've got a they got caught with a little bit of marijuana back in the 70s? Are they exempt? They can't get it and they can't get it, or is it like perfect criminal record, or like is there limits? Is it a felony or?
That actually, in terms of the classification of that criminal record, is now subject to the Philippine government right now, because we are gearing more towards on the felony side.
Okay.
However, there are also instances that we get naughty before when we were young, and then if that particular charges or record has been already cleared, then that could be now subject to the approval of the retirement office.
Yeah. Well, it's never cleared in America. It's on there forever.
Yeah.
The record.
So as long as it was served.
What's the So I'm trying to decide if I should do the tourist visa for the next 5 years, just keep renewing it, because I could do 6 months at a time. It's nice and easy, or do this retirement visa, and which means I can live in the Philippines forever.
Yeah, it's a lifetime visa.
Lifetime. Can I work?
The working side will be a different topic, because that's an extension of the visa. You can actually work if it permits on the company, or it's allowable on the company. However, having that visa will only require you to have a permit from the Labor Department, and then you can good to go. You can work.
How about can I own a business 100% without a Filipino partner?
That for the visa side, no.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that what are the benefits? Like,
True.
like what's the reason that I should do the retirement visa instead of the tourist visa?
Correct.
Or
Now,
instead of the 13A.
Yeah, correct.
Like, those are my choices. So I can do any one of those three. Why would you recommend the retirement visa?
Now, for the expanded courtesy category, apart from that 1,500 visa deposit, which is the lowest among the three categories.
Yeah, if you're a veteran.
Yeah, if you're a veteran. Now, for the for the annual fee from 360, it will go down all the way to $10.
Oh wow, that is low. Yeah.
So basically, from 360 to $10, it will also give you a permanent residency. And a forming part, we're just actually trying to extend the information to those who have, for the veteran itself, because that's a really a good deal for them.
Yeah, it's a very good deal. I know quite a few of my friends that are veterans that have done that.
Yeah.
Very happy with it.
Yeah.
And it's multiple entry. They can leave the country, come back all
Yes.
they want.
Yes. And one of the perks of having the permanent residency is they will not be required to have the return ticket upon entry.
Right.
And then the second of obtaining the visa, the retirement visa, it's either it's on the military category or in the regular one. That's an independent visa. We know for itself that there are foreigners right now who get married to the Philippines, and there are successful ones and they're not. So it's not actually tied up to the spousal visa per se, because the
Okay.
spousal visa, once you have the marriage, then they are also required by the Bureau of Immigration to downgrade back to tourist. However, if you have the retirement visa, that will not be affected because retirement visa is an independent visa.
Okay. Now, what about guys from other countries that are veterans from, say, Australia? Is there anything for them?
Yeah, actually we have a first-hand experience of an Australian who have served the Australian military, and he was actually admitted to the program, and he was already granted also with the retirement visa on that expanded category, e-courtesy.
Okay, so it's any country that can prove that you were in the military.
Any country that has a good diplomatic relationship with the Philippines can be or may qualify for the expanded courtesy
I assume you
category.
have a list there of countries.
Yes, yes.
How many countries are on that list? A lot?
Yeah, it's a lot. Normally, most of the countries which are not non-visa required, they may have the qualification to have the retirement visa on that expanded category or e-courtesy.
Okay. Let's see, what else? So tell me some other things that JRC can help foreigners with, when they're running into problems with stay in the country, or they want to start a business, maybe they have a child, like all the different things that your company does.
The company started with the intentions really to help foreigners really to be guided on what are the options on the table. So we can actually help you with the retirement visa side. We can also help you with some of the visas being issued by the Bureau of Immigration, because we are legally accredited with them.
Okay.
So we process our accreditation, we comply with that, for them to let them know that we are really serious of really helping you out. I mean, you always have the option to do it by yourself. However, the culture aside, we are too different. So that is where we came into play, for you to be guided accordingly, so that your process will be not stressful. You are guided properly, shall I say?
I'll tell you something. I went to another place, I won't mention it, before I came to you guys and discovered you. And they said, I want to do 13A. And they said, yeah, I need this form here. It gave me like 4 forms. It said, you need to handwrite both sides, and I need 4 copies of each piece of paper. So I had to handwrite both sides 4 times, and then all this other stuff we needed. And when I came to you guys, and also you needed to have references and all this other stuff. And you guys, with a computer and however you did it, boom, 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 it got all that done, saved me all that trouble. When I had to do my 6th month on my 13A visa, I didn't realize that you had to go online and make an appointment with immigration.
Yeah.
I just showed up on that date, and I went into your office, which is right next door to immigration, and one of your staff got online, boom, made me an appointment, and I needed photocopies of my passport and my ACR card, a couple other things. Anyway, they printed all that out for me, and if that hadn't happened, I don't know, I would have had to go home and start all over again.
Yeah.
But I mean, the service that you get for the fees that you charge is really first class, and that's from my own experience.
Thank you so much for that feedback, Mark, and I do appreciate it. Mind you guys, it's not that easy, because our team is actually composed of Filipinos, and we're actually dealing with a different culture, and we need to remind them every day, what are we trying to do? Because we are here, we know the process, and we would like also to extend that convenience and assurance of what our clients don't need here.
It can be frustrating, especially for a senior citizen.
Yeah.
All this bureaucracy and all the paperwork that's involved, and copy of this and copy of that.
True. So that is what we always advocate every day. And apart from that, we are a family-owned company. I have my relatives also in the company, and we are trying to improve every day, day in, day out. So we would be like taking a look at how we can improve the process, can we make it better for us to really provide the best possible service to our clients.
Well, great, great. And so anything else we're missing as far as services that GRC does or we haven't mentioned?
For now, for the visa side and immigration side, that would be it. We are actually doing that for the past 5 to 6 years already. And we're trying to groom on the real estate side because I'm a licensed broker. And on the side, we do few consultations for foreigners who would like to set up their business here on that matter. So that's what we're trying to do as of the moment.
Well, that'd be very useful. I did a video just a couple of weeks ago on foreigners that have actually gotten scammed. You know, they bought some land and hired a contractor, put down 30%, and they just walked away with the money.
Wow.
And I've talked to some people who lost a big amount of money, like 80,000 US, and it's happened to like 5 or 6 people. And so it'd be really nice to have a company at GRC that could kind of, you know, double check that you're dealing with something that's reputable and you know that you're not going to be taken advantage of. Because it's difficult in the Philippines. There's a lot of permits you need to build a house, and to buy property, you got to make sure it's got an access to it that's approved, and that you're not going to start building your house. They're going to tell you, oh, you can't use this road. So those things happen here. So that would be really great.
Yeah, apart from that, I would like to extend a little bit. I know you guys, especially from the Western countries, you have really a high respect to lawyers, attorneys. And I also do. However, there are also things that we can do, like for example, checking the property itself. We can do consultation in a way. I have talked to, it may not be necessarily that you'll be talking directly to the lawyers. And you can also talk to us before you can talk to them, because the real estate side is another profession that I actually do before doing the visa. And I see that there's a need really for us to go with that, because I heard that during our visa conversation, they're going to say, hey, JR, I got scammed. Okay, it hurts me. Yeah, because if I can give information, relevant information, before they actually purchase the property, and I think that would be best. And being into litigation in the Philippines takes you a lot of time.
Yeah, I've heard that. Well, a lot of my people wrote into me that when I did that video, they said, well, Mark, just so you know, this type of thing with contractors and property and stuff, it's the scams, it happens all over the world. It's not just the Philippines. It's like the same thing happens in America all the time. And so, but it would be really good to have someone you could go to that you could trust, that would kind of hold your hand through the whole process of buying property and building a house and whatever you need to do. So that would be great.
Yeah, I'll be happy to guide them along the way. Regardless of where is that located in the Philippines, technology right now will actually make us do that. We can do a Zoom meeting, and I'll be happy to set a consultation with them.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time and everything. And everybody, if you're going to do anything with visas, make sure you go to JRC. They're right there by immigration, right next door, and they're so easy. They're always open. It's a really friendly operation, and I highly recommend it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.